how are you guys approaching this year with season ticket holders and renewals?
Well, the fundamental difference this year is that we've gone through the entire waiting list and we've gone to the public. So we've never done that since 2007. The last 2 years have been actually really successful for us from a season ticket standpoint. 2 years ago, if you recall, during that period of time, the MLS Cup was included in the season ticket package, and as a result, we didn't sell any season tickets without MLS Cup in it, and that means we stopped selling season tickets in November. This year, we sold season tickets all through the off season, and I'm pleased to say there's right now as we speak, there's only about 200 pairs left. So I suspect at the current pace we should be sold out in a week or maybe two, and so that's great news. Being sold out of season tickets is it's the meat and potatoes of our business, and the north end zone here is going to be sold out. This year we backed off on our pricing versus previous years, so lots of good stories, and like I said, the place is going to be rocking.
I guess just numbers wise, how many season tickets are you releasing inside BMO this year?
16,000.
16,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I guess, like you said, there is always kind of a lot of talk about TFC's ever expanding season ticket waiting list, and you said you went through that. So what was the number? I know there was maybe 14,000 thrown around it. Were those numbers accurate?
At our peak it was 19,000. Yes, of course it was accurate. But things change, and if you imagine that our season ticket holder base, there's a portion of our customers that didn't want to come back. Well, certainly there's a portion of the waiting list that also was no longer interested. A lot of people signed up on that list during the euphoric first couple of seasons.
Yeah.
But like I said, we'll be sold out this year, and I suspect that we'll start rebuilding the season ticket holder waiting list. And there's a number of people that have stayed on the waiting list even though they haven't bought because they're waiting for a specific price or a specific seat location. We try and paint a picture for them that says you got to get in the door first and then move around as season seat upgrades happen every year. But some people are content to wait.
I know a lot of people also complained about just the rising season ticket prices, and we can go on about that. I don't want to dwell on that too much, but is that something that's accurate? Is there any truth to that? A lot of people say they're not getting their bang for the buck. But do you believe that is a true statement? Do you believe people are getting their bang for their buck for TFC season tickets?
Listen, people buy their tickets for different reasons, and so I'm not one to judge what's motivating them to make their purchase. The team has not been great on the field for the first 5 years. First couple of years they were very entertaining, and it was there was a great story unfolding here. But yeah, I could see. I mean, I'm tired of losing.
A lot of people are really calling this year almost a rebirthing of the team. Do you really has that been shown in the response to season tickets? Are people really starting to believe that this club is really once again heading in the right direction, and they're really ready to commit to this team again?
You'll have to ask them. You know what? We've shown a desire to reinvest in this club since day one. In the second off season, we put this grass in. We put the stands in there. We moved the bubble up to Lamport. 2 years ago, we embarked on a project that's going to come to fruition in the spring, and that's our new training ground. LA Galaxy are coming up to Toronto next week. And they want to see our training ground. We've become the de facto standard for academy and player development. And then our investment in this team of, we've got Aaron and Bob from Holland, plus Thomas Rongen from Holland. We've got Paul, who's a veteran in MLS. We got Earl Cochran, who's a veteran at Toronto FC and Canadian Soccer Matters. So we've tried to assemble the best possible team, and there's only one reason for that. That's to deliver wins on the field. I believe in it. I believe our fans believe in it. And so there is optimism, but I would say that started last year. The rebirth was, you had to start somewhere, and that was last year. This is the year when people are starting to see it come to fruition.
Yeah. Finally, there was a lot of the town hall meetings were really well received. I got to go to one 2 years ago, and the whole concept of it was just really foreign to me in terms of North American sports and how they operate with that. So I guess also this year, how do you find the town hall meetings went, and was that kind of they really play a big factor in how you guys decide to move forward with season ticket holders?
Uh, the town halls are one component of how we've approached the business from day one. I've always been front and center. I've always, in the first 3 or 4 years, I participated actively in the message boards.
Mm-hmm.
Now with the advent of Twitter, I've chosen to move my game over there. But I and all my staff are. There's just a small group of us. We're very approachable. We're always listening. So I wouldn't suggest that the town halls are fundamentally different from that. They were just one other opportunity for us to discuss issues with people.